Hi guys! Today's video was a request from an Instagram follower and she wanted to see how I set my goals for my health this year. So stay tuned. Alright, so this year's phrase or my words of the year is goals and grind. Now every year I set up these really, I don't know, I don't want to say outlandish, but I set up my goals and they don't ever really come to fruition. Or sometimes they do, but just a little bit, and I get deterred. My problem is when I goal set is that I don't back them up with action plans. This year I want to back up my goals with action plans to make them come to fruition. Hence the grind part. That's the grind. You can set all the goals that you want, but if you don't put any grind in it afterward, any hustle, they're just wishes. They're just dreams, right? So this year I am really all about setting my goals and getting my hustle on to make them come to life. So what I'm using, if you've seen my my 2019 setup video, I'll link it up there in the cards for you. I'm going to be using these Indigo Printables. It's her goal planning insert bundle. And it comes with a blank dotted grid vision board. You can use pictures or whatever. But my brain works a bit differently. I like the mind mapping method. So I'm gonna take this out because this is supposed to be for my health. And so it comes with the vision board. It comes with this year's goals and steps to make it happen sheets. I'm gonna take this out because we're gonna use that. And it also comes with goal action plan sheets. So you can write your goal up here and the action steps and the date, and you can like pretty much mark your quarterly goals, like your goals for each month. So you can mark your progress and your milestones, why you want to, achieve that goal. It also comes with a checklist for if you have a very specific goal and it requires more action steps than here, then this is what you would use that for, your date, and you would check it off when it's done. It also comes with a goals for page, which you can use for practically any time frame you so choose. So it can be weekly, monthly, quarterly, like yearly, it doesn't matter. It can also be like goals for Christmas, like what do you want to do, like goals for your birthdays, goals for a family vacation. It can be for anything that you practically could think of. So those are there, and I'm going to keep going. And then there's also a monthly goal progress page. So if you are really honing in on a goal, like you can or multiple goals in this case, because there's 2 per page, you can write down like how you're progressing and what you're doing and the dates and things like that. So I think this is just like a kind of like a different variation of the checklist, which is here, I promise. Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a different variation of the checklist. This I'm not really sure I'm going to be using that much, because it's kind of like, yeah, I guess it just depends on the method you choose. Personally, if I had a really detailed goal, which I would use a checklist, which I would probably end up using for my physical environment section. But I've been using the goal for this month because I have it for January, and you see this blank space down here. I'm saving that one for my health goal for the month, which is what we're working on. So let me set this aside for a second, and I'm going to show you my initial brainstorm for my goals. So I made a huge, well, it's not huge, it's on a regular sheet of letter paper. I made a larger mind map to figure out what my categories of focus is for my goals. So for here in the middle, I drew, you know, me. And then I picked out certain categories. So I have physical environment, finances, fun and recreation, career, homeschool, family and friends, personal development, and health. This is the little, I've done all of these so far. Let's see, I'll show you really quickly. So my vision boards for these, so this is my family and friends. This one's my, you know, personal development, and I have, you know, things going off on that. Physical environment, my career, finances, fun, and homeschool, which I really haven't expanded upon yet because this stuff takes time. Like, it takes so much time. Like, you have to sit there and really think about all the steps you need to make things happen. But I did that, and the reason why I chose mind mapping over using, you know, photos or any other specific like goal planning planners is because I'm visual and I really like to see things, but I really like mind mapping even more so because it not only helps you figure out what categories you want to focus on that year, it also helps you pretty much break down the the next steps in these goals. So I get a really good handle on the steps that I need to take in order to make them into bite-sized pieces. So what we're gonna start off with our vision board for health and fitness. And it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be super duper lofty goals. Like, they don't have to be something completely out of your realm of possibility. I mean, dream big. Nobody's telling you not to dream big. But I'm all about making SMART goals, which means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So I have to, you know, rein myself in a bit to be like, what's practical? What is something I can actually achieve within a year? Like, what steps do I need to take? Some of these goals are going to take more than a year, but I can start now, and I can just, and if it's just measurable enough for me to stay consistent, that's what I'm trying to do. So health and fitness. I think this is one of those things that's always on, you know, everybody's list of things to improve every single year. You want to lose weight, you want to look good, you want to eat better, eat more vegetables. So let's see. All right, so we got our little title in the middle. So this is for health and fitness. So some things that I want to do. Last year, my goals were, let me bust out the old school traveler's notebook. Look at my collections. Page 5 is where I had my goals for last year. So last year I did this, and this was basically my goals page. So I had physical environment, personal development, family and friends, finance, fitness, and fun. And my fitness for last year was like, just lose 50 pounds. That was my goal for last year. Just lose 50 pounds. That's all I want to do. So nothing else to back it up with. That was just the goal. Nothing backed up any of these goals. Like, nothing. That's all I want to do, was lose 50 pounds. And granted, I lost 30, but I feel like if I had stayed more consistent and you know, with my eating and, you know, exercise, I probably would have met that goal. Because I think that, you know, average about like somewhere in between like 5 pounds a month or something. I don't know. But, you know, when I back it up with an actionable plan, I feel like I would be able to stay more consistent and meet that goal. So this one, it's, we're gonna try and get a little bit more detailed with this. So this year, I want to actually lose 30 pounds. I'm trying to be practical here because at least I know I can actually do that. So I want to lose 30 pounds. So in which ways can I lose 30 pounds? Well, you have to watch your diet. And I don't mean like fad diets. I mean like what you eat. So what do I want to do with my diet? I would like to, I guess, implement more plant-based meals. I'm already running out of space. Portion control, which is a major factor in how I ended up losing my weight last year. And meal plan, because that's going to be necessary. What's another thing that can help me lose 30 pounds? Exercise. Because most of my exercise comes from work. I walk an average between 5 and 10 miles a day at work every single night. But I mean, I can do more. You can always do more. So some different ways that I can exercise. I mean, I can do a workout challenge, like workout challenges, or different types of yoga I can even put on here. So maybe I really want to do yoga. I need to increase my flexibility. Yoga or Pilates. My daughter wants to do Piyo. Is that how you pronounce it? P-I-Y-O. Yeah. So maybe I'll look into that. And I'm also kind of intrigued by the Daily Burn subscription, like where you can watch the videos on your TV or phone or whatever mobile device you have. Another thing I want to focus on health and fitness is to just basically improve my overall mental health. Just try and be as stress and anxiety free as I possibly can. So some ways I can do that. Meditate. Journal. Say no. Saying no is important. No is a complete sentence. Like that's something. Say no. I mean, and I guess even yoga can help with that because it puts you kind of in a relaxed meditative state. What's another one? Let's think. I really want to reduce my eczema flare-ups. I feel like I spelled eczema wrong, and I don't even care. Like improve skin condition, or better, i.e. improve skin. So yeah, let's do that. Let's just call it that. Because that's kind of one of the things that I'm like not really good at, is keeping a really good skin routine. So coming up with a daily routine and sticking with it. So a daily routine for my face and my body and my scalp, because that's where it can get pretty bad, especially in the winter. So my face, my body, my scalp. What's another one? And here's something that you don't see very much when it comes to goal setting. I like to try and keep in mind barriers, because I mean, there's like two parts in a thinking process. You think about all the pros, and then like a thief in the night, here comes, you know, the logical side, I guess, or the fear that comes in and tries to steal the joy away of all the good things you can do, like what will happen and how your life will be better. So I always try and think of barriers, because that's just how my brain thinks, so I can prepare myself. So barriers for doing any of these things. Oh yeah, I could join a gym. But that's not ideal. But anyway, I always end up thinking, I think of barriers just to combat anything that'll stop me from trying to reach my goal, because my worst enemy is myself. So barriers, costs, I mean, stress, which is from daily life in general. Addiction to sugar. I really like sweets, especially if they come in the baked form. My work schedule, because I work nights, which is probably why I didn't want to put a gym, but my work schedule and lack of staying consistent. I'm not great with that. Consistency. Oh well, that one kind of went off the rails, but so costs, stress, addiction to sugar, work schedule, and consistency. Not very consistent with it. So when it comes to health, I have 3 main goals, which is just improve my overall health, improve my skin condition to help with my eczema flare-ups, and to lose 30 pounds. Now that I have this in front of my face, oh yeah, I forgot this guy. I'm just doing this so I can make it visually appealing to myself. You don't have to add color, but I add color to make it something I want to look at. So yeah, now that I have this, I can move on to this page, which is the this year goals page. So some of these overlap. That's some things I need to know. Some of these overlap, like with the exercise and improving overall mental health, yoga overlaps, which kind of puts you in a meditative state anyway. Saying no, I'm getting better with that. I don't feel like that needs to be like an overall part of the goal process. Just remember, say no. If something seems impractical, just say no. It's okay to say no. Saying no is self-care. Because some people can really use and abuse you. So right now for this one, I'm gonna focus mostly on this 30-pound one, because I know that losing weight is always a big thing for a lot of us. So I'm gonna put this for this year's goal. Lose 30 pounds. Steps to make that happen. Okay, so diet and exercise, that's really what it is. I mean, you don't really have to have something for some people in this losing weight section, it can be as simple as drinking water. Instead of drinking sodas and sugary drinks and energy drinks, just drink water. But that is not an issue for me because that's pretty much all I drink. It's like I mostly drink seltzer water. And that's a quick tip. If you're trying to cut back on soda, go with seltzer water. Like not sweetened, not the stuff with the fake sugar, but just regular seltzer water. I mean, you can get it in a flavor. I mean, Kroger stores have one in the flavor of cola. I'm just saying. That's a good, it's a tip. It's a weight loss tip. Ding! There we go. All right, so lose 30 pounds. So most of when you lose weight, it's really about your diet. So I'm going to probably have to figure out my macros. Like, yeah. So I know how many carbs, fats, and things that I should be eating in a day. So I guess I'll make that a deadline for this month. So calculating my macros, and then I'll have to research if I can spell research. I'm not sure that I can. I have to research recipes because here's the thing, when I do this, it's not just for me. It has to be something that both me and my daughter can enjoy. It's not just a solely me thing because there's 2 of us in the household. So anything that I cook, she has to eat. So I have to keep her in mind. Research recipes, find something more plant-based, figure out a meal plan schedule. Actually, I need to figure out a budget. And I'm gonna put that as a 31 because that's gonna coincide with figuring out my estimated annual budget. Meal plan schedule. I'm gonna try and figure that out as soon as possible. Most of this part's gonna happen. All right. And portion control falls within the meal plan. Okay, exercise. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for that one. I'll price a daily burn quote. Daily burn subscription and see how much I can get that for. Because if we get the daily burn subscription, then we'll have like access to different types of exercise. All right, for right now, that's all I'm gonna do there because we need to move on. I told you this is a long thinking process. That's last. I don't know why I have this. Okay, so on this sheet is the goal action plan, which I pretty much wrote in some of the steps here. Like, that's why I like the mind map, because you're pretty much coming up with steps to supplement your goals as you're like just like just, you know, mind sweeping all over this page. I just had this color. Why am I looking through there? So right now, I always do this so I can actually color code and know which goal refers to what. And let me see. And it doesn't get lost in the process. So this one is losing 30 pounds. Throughout the year. Why do I want to lose 30 pounds? So I can feel better and look better. Like, let's be real here. Like, we want to look fly for ourselves, not for other people. I don't need like some arbitrary like reason. Like, I want to feel better and I want to look banging. It's really that simple. I mean, you can put a date up here when your due dates. I guess we can just put the December 31st. So action steps. So I'm gonna move that guy out the way. I guess, yeah. I guess I should look at my barriers, huh? I don't know how I'm gonna cut. Okay, how am I gonna cut back on sugar? Nope. I have to think about that one. All right, so some action steps. Calculate my macros, my new macros, since I'm at a different weight. So that way, because doing that would allow me to know what recipes to get. I need to calculate her macros, which is stupid for kids, but just in case. Actually, I need to just call her doctor. How about that? Because I don't feel comfortable doing that myself. We're gonna call the ped. Call an appointment with the ped. How about we just do that? God, I hate calling a pediatrician. It's the worst. Get an appointment with them. Okay. So after all that, then I can research recipes. Research recipes. And do a meal prep schedule. I need to buy containers for that. In order to do all that meal prep, I need to quote the Daily Burn subscription because that's more practical with how my schedule works between homeschooling and work. I can't just put cut back on sugar. I just remove all the sugar stuff in the house. Remove all sugar from house. Just remove it. Just remove it from the house and don't buy it. Kind of like how I got off soda. So remove all the sugars. I need to come up with a daily routine. All right, let's remove all the sugars from the house. This is all I got so far. So let's think about milestones and rewards, shall we? So should I just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? What's an even way to divide 30? That's not 5. 4, 8, 12. That's even worse. 12, 16. Okay, so let's see, 5 pounds. For 10 pounds. 15 pounds. 20 pounds. 25 pounds. 30 pounds. I don't know what my milestones or rewards would be at this rate. 30 pounds. I guess new wardrobe, obviously. Um, 20 pounds. No, 25 pounds. I can get a new haircut. 5 pounds. What should be a good 5-pound reward? A box of wine kind of defeats the purpose. I always have problems with thinking of ways to treat myself because I don't know, I suffer from martyr mom syndrome. Like, goodness, like when it comes to my daughter, I can just ball out and buy everything. But when it comes to myself, I'm like, I don't know, George. Like, I don't I don't know. I have to think about milestones and rewards for myself because I'm really terrible at buying things for myself. Like, I cannot. Me and my martyr mom syndrome. I don't know yet. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. So far we've done a vision board. I've written down some steps for this year's goals, and I've started on my goal action plan. I haven't backed it up with dates yet. So let me write down some of these dates I wrote on here. So by the 18th, I should know what the macros are. Her appointment with her pediatrician, I'm gonna do ASAP. Research recipes. I think this is just an ongoing thing. We can try some new things. Meal prep schedule, I would like to have and set like at the same time as after I calculate the macros. Buy new containers, that's gonna take some time, you know. I'm just gonna put that probably by the end of the 31st. Quotes, remove all sugar as soon as possible. But right here, down here on the 12-month roadmap, I'm using it as focuses for that month regarding this goal. So mostly we're just going to be setting up our meal plan. That's pretty much what all these things are. And as I go out, keep going throughout, like I'll probably end up adding more things to this goal action plan. But right now, it seems like almost all of these are really focused on the diet portion and setting up a meal plan. So that's what January's focus is gonna be. So that brings me to this guy. My goals for January page. So down here, I have some previous goals for other things that I would like to do this month. Just making them into bite-sized pieces, something that's not too crazy, and setting up a meal plan. That fits within the budget. So, because this one's my personal development goal, this one has to do with finances, this one has to do with my house, and we're gonna start decluttering. This one has to do with my career, which is mostly create an upload schedule for YouTube, be practical and actually stick to it. This one has to do with family and friends, and this one has to do with my health. And that's it, y'all. Like, that's it. That's pretty much how I figured out all of these other goals in my sheet. So Latasha, oh my God, I'm sorry, girl. So La Casa de Natasha, this is pretty much how I'm setting up my goals for this year and backing them up with, you know, action plans. That's it. I'm good, y'all. I'm good, love. Enjoy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there. It's red. It's right there. Go ahead and click it. And if you'd like to be notified when I post another video, please click the little bell ringer next to it. Also, if you would like, you can, you know, join me on Instagram at Adulting with Novia. Pretty original, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys have a good day. Until next time, bye.